Hello everyone, this is Robin the Delta Crafter, and I want to thank you for joining me for another video on my YouTube channel. Today's video is going to be a little bit different than typical videos that I post on my YouTube channel. I recently talked about me being ready to jump into Copic markers. And those of you that have been with me for a while know that I started with Spectrum Noir markers, and I like those markers, but I think I'm ready to jump into Copics. I started with Spectrum Noir markers because I wanted to first see if I was really going to take to alcohol marker coloring, because a lot of the videos that I saw, it looked like alcohol markers coloring with those was a lot of work, and I've come to find out that it's not as much work as I thought it would be. So I'm ready to move from my Spectrum Noir markers into Copics. But if you know anything about Copics, Copics come in 3 different styles. I'll try to put a graphic in here right now to show you what those 3 different styles are. But they come in a classic, a sketch, and then a chow version. So Copic markers are quite expensive. So before you invest, or for me anyway, before I invested in any one of the 3 types of Copic markers, I kind of wanted to figure out which one I liked the best. And it was suggested to me that I buy a couple of markers of each kind and give them a try to figure that out. And I thought that was a great idea. So I went to a local craft store, and the craft store that I went to had only 2 of the different types of Copics that are out there. They have the sketch and the chow. So what I did is I bought 2 of the chow and 2 of the sketch, but these are all like lighter shade to a darker shade. So these all go together as far as color range is concerned. But these 2 are the chow, and again, these 2 are sketch. So kind of was trying to be a little strategic about purchasing these markers to try. And this is what I came up with. So I don't have a classic. The difference between some of the markers from my research is, 1, the barrel. So in the chow version, which is this one right here, these are said to be for beginners, so sign me up for that, because I think there's a limited number of colors, albeit like 180, I think it's 180 colors is still a lot, but also the barrel is round, so it's completely round. So that's the one of the things that makes the chow version, you know, the difference between them. The sketch markers have an oval shaped barrel, so that kind of fits well if you're into your hand or your grip when you're trying to grip the markers. And these come in, I think this is the one that has the largest range of colors, and I think it's over 300. Anyway, if I put that graphic, if I'm able to put that graphic up, you'll be able to see the number of colors that are available in each one of the styles. And then the classic, if I'm not mistaken, the barrel on that one is kind of like a hexagon shaped, and it has like the mid-range number of colors, so less than 300 or more than 180. So that's kind of what makes each one of these different. I do know that one of the things that you have to have when you're using Copics and alcohol markers in general, for that matter, is you have to have an alcohol marker or Copic marker friendly ink. So I know that the Hero Arts Intense Black ink is an alcohol marker friendly ink. So I have gone ahead and stamped an image here. This is from the Bloom and Grow Alta New and Hero Arts collaboration set. So this is an older set. I think this came out, 2019. And so I just went ahead and stamped that image because I wanted to practice using these markers, I felt like I needed a large image with wide open spaces just to kind of try all these colors out. And so that's why I chose this image. And again, I stamped it in the intense black art ink from Hero Arts. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with my lightest color. The 4 colors that I have are R17, R27, R29, and R35. I don't know if the camera is picking up the differences in the colors, but it's very subtle. It's not, easily recognizable. But I do believe that it's important to have a range of colors. And that's the other thing about any type of alcohol marker. In order to make the best use of your alcohol markers and to get the results that you need, you really do need a range of colors within one color. So you need several reds, several pinks, several blues, several aquas, several, and so forth and so on. And so in order to get the effects that you want. So with that being the case, that means you got to go deep into purchasing the markers, which again can be, expensive. So I want to make sure that I like the ones that I'm going to, whatever style I settle on, that I like it before I make a major investment like that. So the child marker, which is the one I'm going to start with, it has a medium broad tip. So that's the medium broad tip. Let me make sure you can see that. And then it also has a super brush tip. So I think this is the kind of tip that a lot of us are familiar with when it comes to alcohol markers. So that's something to keep in mind when you're thinking about which style of Copic marker you want to go with. The sketch markers, I think they also have a medium broad tip and a super brush tip as well. I think the classic marker has a like a fine point tip on one of their ends. So let's go ahead and start with this R17. And I'm going to start with the brush. Now, one thing you might notice right off the top is the numbers or the color numbers are not on the top of the child markers like they are on the top of the sketch markers. I don't know if that, makes a difference for somebody, but it's just something to kind of keep in mind. So I'm going to start with probably some of these bigger petals on the outside. So I'm going to put down some color. And again, guys, I don't have much experience with alcohol markers. So I am just kind of just going with the flow here. I'm just putting some stuff down, doing some stuff. Because I really don't know, to be honest with you, what I'm doing. Not to a great degree. Like I'm not going to be able to do any anime for sure. But for what I need to do for coloring images, for stamping and card making, I don't know that that's necessary to be able to go to that depth. So R17. Got that down. I kind of like that brush nib. I'm able to get into like the tiny tight spaces here with that brush nib, but it was flexible enough too for me to put down a lot of color at one time. So I kind of like that. Now I'm going to come in with the R27 and add some darker areas along this bottom edge of this petal. Okay, got that down. And then I'm going to come back in with this R17 and kind of blend and kind of see if I can get that harsh line to fade out. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's pretty. Okay. my off the cuff impression of the child marker. I like it. It felt good in my hand. I do like a round barrel. I like the diameter of the barrel. It's sizable enough for me to feel like I can be comfortable with it. I also have a tight grip in writing utensils or any type of drawing utensil or anything. So I like that the barrel is again sizable enough that it's not so tiny that I'm just, really feeling like I'm gonna pinch down too hard. This feels good in my hand. So that's the chow. Now I'm gonna try the sketch. So I'm gonna come in with the R29. And there you can see, I'm able to put that up, and then you can see what the color is. So I'm gonna go right here on the side of this one. Same nib. Again, I'm able to get into those tight spaces with this super brush nib. I like this. That color went down very easily. So now we're gonna come in with the R35 and add some darker area to this one. One thing I do know is that the colors themselves, these markers can be refilled. So the color number, like the R35, if I had a chow in R35, it's gonna be the same color as the sketch in R35 because there's a refill that's gonna refill any of the markers. So let me come back in with this R29 and kind of blend. This one I'm not able to see the distinction between the two colors as much. But that's not what I'm kind of really testing right here. What I'm testing is the ease of use, the way it feels in my hand, and whether or not I like the nibs that come with the pens, or the markers rather. Because Copic does sell separate nibs, so you can change out the type of nib that you have. So say you don't want the broad tip nib, but you would rather have another of the super brush tip. You could change this nib out with the replacements and have that super brush rather on both ends. So that's another advantage to having Copics. Let me try the chows again. I think I'm gonna do this color in chow. This is R17, and now I'm gonna mix it with my lightest sketch, which is R29. Now this, I'm getting a good distinction between the two colors. Maybe there just wasn't enough jump between R29 and R35 for me to see. Yeah, this is 17. Oop, wrong end. All right, let's go back in here and blend this out. Yeah. Okay. So I can see there's a, darker layer, this is the sun is coming from this direction. So my shadow is on this side of my petals. And I can definitely see a difference between the sunny side of the petal and the darker side of the petal. I like that. Okay, so coloring aside or image aside, what I am feeling right now is I'm leaning towards the chows. I like the sketch markers, but what I noticed is because this barrel is oval shaped, like my hands got into a definite position and they stayed there. And what I'm afraid of is because of the way that I am I put a lot of pressure on my writing utensils, that because this is the position that feels most comfortable in my hand, like my nib is going to get bent and kind of lean towards this position, as opposed to, because of the barrel, as opposed to a chow, which is round, thinking about the brush, and because this brush nib is pretty much the same no matter how I spin it around, like I can just continue to spin this around and get the same feel in my hand as well as on my the nib here. So for me, I'm gonna keep practicing and giving it a try, because I don't want to make my decision based off of just this one interaction or experience. Like, I'm gonna give these a try for a while before I actually make a purchase. But right now, I'm leaning towards the chow. So I will keep you guys posted on which marker I actually go with, and then I'll take you along with me as I learn more about using these Copic markers. If you have enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. I'd love for you to subscribe to the channel and join the Delta Crafter family. You can always find me on Instagram and Facebook at the Delta Crafter, and you can find me on my blog and website at thedeltacrafter.com. Until we meet again next time, guys, have a great day. Enjoy!